Alright, first of all, I would like to look at introduction of this research. In this case, education is the most important one to be drawn attention to. It is because the goal of the education itself, which creates the new generation to be ready born to compete with others in global competition. The other language which it meant here is language that can be used to communicate to the other around the world. It is so important to learn English actually from a very early year for the sake of preparing the generations who have intelligible knowledge in order to able to compete in this globalization era in which the development of the technology and science has ascended. Since English still becomes foreign for Indonesian learners, most of them have got problem when learning on it. From those phenomena, some educational stakeholders create a positive stigma by creating English class atmosphere in which English is taken and needed on every occasion, not only in English subject classes. In doing so, however, the concept of bilingual education, which uses two languages, those are Indonesian and English, in other occasions, should be understood well. It is also probably hard to implement this concept of bilingual education, especially in the rural area where the technology support should exist. Both language functions are important. They are supporting each other particularly to make the communicative events in teaching content subjects. Therefore, the teachers should know about the importance of the use of language functions in teaching context subject. And from thus above elaboration, this study is generally conducted to investigate the use of English as a medium of the instruction in context or content subject or mathematics and science in semester bilingual senior high school. And academic language is more complicated one to learn than social language. It needs special exposure since depending on the context. It involves some functions such as identifying and describing contents information, explaining a process, analyzing and synthesizing concept, justifying opinion or evaluating knowledge. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? We hope you are amazing. Previously, let me introduce our group. We are from Group 3 of Professional Speaking Class and student at Maritim Raja Aliya University. And our group member, there are, the first is me, Nur Intan Putri Ayuni. The second is Rebecca Veronica, the third is Karina Yumiar, the fourth is Amanda Novita, and the last is Dewi Purnama. Alright, the topic of our presentation is the language functions used by teachers of content subjects using English as the medium of instruction. The case of mathematics and science teachers in the semester bilingual senior high school by Elisa Haratati. University of Negeri Semarang, Indonesia. Alright, for the focus of our presentation is to reveal that the problem faced by teachers in using English were related to grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. So, we have divided our presentation into four main parts. Here's the outline of our presentation. The first is we will start with the introduction of this study. The second is we will describe about the research method. And the third is we will discuss about findings and discussion. And then lastly, we will give a conclusion. So for our presentation should only last for 15 minutes. If you have any question, please feel free to ask us.
It can be said that the specialist language, regarding the usage and the information they convey, covering the Koana finds a combination of different definitions of the specialist language according to three stages. They are: 1. The specialist language are linguistics code which are different from the common language consisting of rules and specific units. According to this aspect, a specialist language would therefore be an independent language. In this case, how can we perceive a clear barrier between the specialist language and the common language? We take into account that linguistic phenomena that differentiate the specialist language from the common one are very important to settle a barrier between them. The second, if a specialist language was a genuine specific code, it would be difficult for it to be understood by a non-specialist because he does not know this code, but this aspect is not always valid. And the last, furthermore, the popularization of the scientific discourse to a smaller degree of a specialization which is understood by many speakers is very useful nowadays. Research methods. The descriptive qualitative approach is used in this study. The data are taken from 4 different contents teachers. They are mathematics teacher, physics teachers, biology teachers, and chemistry teachers. During the teachings and learning process, all of the teachers' talks are recorded, then transcribed. The data are taken from the classroom setting. They are taken in the front of classroom recording. To manage the data, some techniques are involved to obtain the data. They are observation, recording, interview, and questionnaire. Interview and questionnaire are used as supporting data. The impressions of what has been gained through observation and analysis of the recording. Therefore, it can be used to enrich the result of the study, while questionnaire is used to see the students' perception about the use of English employed by the content teachers in teaching content subjects in lingual classroom. It also aims as well as to confirm to the accuracy of the data from the students' point of view. Here are the steps of analyzing the data, which start from recording, transcribing, identifying data, classifying data, quantifying data, concluding, and giving suggestions.
Alright, I will continue finding and discussion. Number 1. Social language functions used by content teachers. Show in the table below the distribution of social language function employed by the 3 social language functions mostly employed by mathematics teacher are 78 asking. It means that the teacher in managing the classroom, he more asks some questions to the students to check the students. The 3 social language functions mostly employed by physics teacher are 78 asking question, 56%, 24 replying to question, 17%, and 18 giving instruction, 13%. And three social language functions mostly employed by chemistry teacher are 24 giving instruction, 29%, 19 asking question, 23%, and 18 replying to question, 22%. Classroom mostly the teacher gives instruction to control the students' behavior. The three social language functions mostly employed by biology teacher are 6 giving instruction, 27%, 6 replying to question 27, and 5 asking question 23%. It means that the teacher in the classroom more controls the students. Next, academic language functions used by content teachers. Table 2 shows the summary of the academic language function distribution by mathematics, and the teachers have not used all academic language functions yet in their teaching and learning process. The mathematics teacher has used 10 out of 11 kinds of academic language, 91% by leaving classifying. 11 kinds of academic language, 91% by leaving comparing. The, the chemistry teacher has used 10 out of 11 kinds of academic language, 91% by leaving analyzing. The last biology teacher has employed 6 out of 11 kinds of academic language function, 55% by leaving comparing, inferring, justifying, and persuading, and synthesizing. All of the teachers employed informing as the academic language function, which is mostly used among the other functions. Alright, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I will continue my explanations about the problems faced by the content teachers in teaching content subjects. Content teachers are important resources for modeling in the classroom. Content specialists, teachers have extensive knowledge about their subject areas and are also experienced in effective way of presenting content-specific material. In addition, the content teacher knows what prior language and skills are needed. Before introducing particular topics, when presenting and explaining new information, teachers should use appropriate technical words and grammatical structures. If necessary, providing paraphrases, definitions, and examples to clarify meanings. Besides the collaboration with the same grade level teachers is also important to gain some advices or another suggestions that can improve the quality of teaching. From the interview and transcript analysis result, it was shown the problem that the content teachers face when using English as a medium of instruction in content subjects. The content teachers consider that teaching content subjects in English as its medium of instruction is not a simple case. English as a medium of instruction which is conveyed more than 75% of the whole time in the classroom sometimes makes problem to the teachers. Though the teachers have very good competence is in mastering the content material. But when they have to deliver it in English, it may become a problem. This problem may appear because of the teacher background itself, in which the teachers do not come from English language even though some of them have taken some English short course. Next is the lack of vocabulary also makes the teacher goes around the bush only to convey what he means. By giving simple vocabularies or changing the words in English, it can be a strategy to cope with the problem. Even the use of visual aids also can help it. Next, the other problem faced by the content teacher in using English is a grammar. It is problematic also to most of the teacher. Some of them consider that grammar can be inhibiting factors to speak. in English. That is why they ignore them. They ignore them sometimes because they consider if they focus only on grammar, they will not speak in English. The last problem faced by the content teacher in using English is pronunciation. There are so many mistakes done by the teachers in pronouncing the words. It gets back to the reason that they do not take English language study before. No wonder if they often mispronounce some words. To see the details of the problems faced by the teachers when they teach content subjects using English, the following subchapters describe briefly about it. So that's all from me. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Next will be continued by my friends.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Dewi Purnama. My student ID number 2050009. Okay, in this video, I would like to explain about conclusion. The content teacher's way of using social and academic language function is different among others. The social language function supports in maintaining the social relationship among the students and the teacher, as well as the plot of the teacher and learning process. Meanwhile, the academic language function supports in giving the materials to the students, including how to solve it, how to evaluate it, how to justify it, and so on, in which the main purpose is to give new knowledge and skill related to the content material. The results of this study reveals that the problem faced by the teacher in using English to teach content subject are related to the grammar, vocabulary mastery, and pronunciation, which are overcome by using paraphrasing, visual aid, and or switching codes, even translating into Indonesia. English as a medium of instruction in content subject, it can be a great motivation also for the content teachers to improve their English ability. In doing so, practice of using social and academic language functions should be explored more in the bilingual, even full English content classroom. Okay, that's it, the conclusion in this material. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.